In this video we are going to create a so-called Jupyter Notebook, and we are going to do it right inside of Visual Studio Code. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, you might have seen that I have created files, and sometimes you just want to use the standard way to do things because you want to import something or create your own files. But there is also a different way which is very popular, and that is called a so-called Jupyter Notebook. And when I click on File and select New File, I can pick a few. I could create a text file, a Python file, or this one, which is a Jupyter Notebook. When you click on this little wheel here, you see that it is a so-called extension that enables the support for these notebooks. So if you don't have the option that says Jupyter Notebook, you might want to go to the Extensions tab here and search for the one that is from Microsoft. You can disable, uninstall, or install a different version if you run into problems. Actually, I did with the video that I created before. The whole computer was freezing. I hope it is not going to happen this time. But back to topic. Let's actually create one of these things. I click on File, New File, select Jupyter Notebook, and I'm right in. In your case, it might be that you get a hint that you need to pick something that is related to the Mojo kernel. Let's actually restart Visual Studio Code here, and I will see if I can reproduce that for you. But I guess no, it's already configured. But you see this here, select kernel, and this is probably what comes up when you run it for the first time. You need to pick this one to enable the Jupyter Notebooks. And if you are not familiar with how these notebooks work, basically you can create something that is called a cell. It can be either a code cell or a markdown cell. If you add a markdown cell, you might notice you don't have this play button, because markdown language is basically used to do documentation. So let's call that my first notebook, and I can move the cells around. So if I want the cell with the code to be below the headline, I can just grab it in front of the cell and drag it to wherever I want it to be. Now let's do a quick test. Print test. I click the play button, and we should see the output below the cell here. That actually worked. This is how we do it in Python. Now let's see if it actually works with Mojo and create a main function. I can clear the output and run this cell. Now I get an error, and that is one of the main benefits, at least for me, that running separate cells makes it easy to see where something went wrong. You can then correct the error and rerun the cell, and now the error is gone. But you see that the main function here is not executed. So let's add another cell and run the main function, and here is our output. So this actually works. We can now save the file as, and this is the file extension IPYNB. So let's save it with a name like my notebook 1. By the way, when you click here, you can copy the whole cell, paste it here. So let's create a second function, copy this one, and also paste it below. Now we have two functions, and we can restart or run all. And when we do, each of the cells will be executed one after the other. And sure enough, we get our outputs here. And that's it for this video, because now you learned how to activate Jupyter Notebooks and create them right inside of Visual Studio. You can do that for Mojo files, and you have done it yourself with a few lines of Mojo code. That's it for now. I say thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.